Okay, so on the Kismet channel, because Facebook is dead to me, I cannot access any of my accounts on Facebook. They don't like me. Anyway, so I've had a huge insight about the cards. I've been studying them for over 20 years, and something just came through to me like bang, a flash of insight. So this class it's kind of intermediate. You kind of have to have a basic grasp of the cards, but you'll most likely get something out of it even if you don't. So here's this. Here is my hand. This is the way we normally figure it. Here's my sun card. You back up one to get the moon card, and then you go to the, I don't know if this is reverse, but yeah, let's see. Can I read this? Or is it backwards? It's backwards. Okay, so when you take this, to figure out your hand, you go to the left and down. So the opposite would be to go to the right and up. So if I were to take my hand and do the reverse, and I'll explain what this means, my Mercury card becomes my moon card, and then sun, moon, instead of this being the moon, now this is Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto. So what I've discovered is, and this is what do you call it, hermetic, esoteric, right in alignment with the whole tradition that the cards come from, is that think mirror. Things are the opposite. There's a reversal principle. So to go forward, you have to go back. To go back, you have to go forward. So the way we're taught to read our cards is based on the reality. But nobody pretty much has ascended yet. That we have come here to deal with our shit. That we've come here to clean up the past. And most of us are about that work, but it's like, kind of think of it like you check that one off. Okay, I've worked through that issue. Check, I've worked through that issue. Check. And every card in your hand is like one of those things that you're trying to work through. And you can get to a place where it becomes evident that you're now working the reverse hand, which means you're going backwards, which means you're going forward in your life. Rather than going back into the past to resolve it, you're going forward. So what that means is, and I guess I have to, let's see, is there somebody famous I can use as an example? I have to use myself. I'm sorry, I can't think of anybody. This would be a really great interactive class. Okay, so the Five of Spades is my Mercury card, which means the way I think is in all directions. Fives are all about the present moment. They can't make plans. They're just always in the present moment having an experience, kind of like a child. It feels kind of ADD, and there's a kind of spectacular awareness of a lot of different things at once. And it also means I think about traveling and adventure and variety. Okay, well, with this becoming a moon card, going in reverse, this becomes the place of fulfillment, a place of emotional safety and comfort and familiarity. So it's not just a style of thinking, now it's a way of feeling, a way of being. So I think when I began to integrate and accept this whole idea that I was ADD, and I do think it's a thing, and I do think I've got it pretty seriously, I can welcome it, whatever this condition is. It's not a pathology. I am now emotionally comfortable with that, and I've integrated it into my feeling realm. And so now all the other things that go with the Five of Spades, travel, adventure, variety, those things are emotionally fulfilling to me. Now, what used to be my moon card, the Seven of Hearts, tremendous emotional sensitivity, lessons in self-forgiveness, lessons in resolving betrayal of other people. Now that's not my emotional lesson or my way of feeling anymore. I'm on adventure. I'm not in a state of emotional pain anymore. I'm not having to try to forgive myself. That's, still a day-to-day kind of thing. But now the Seven of Hearts is a manner of speaking. It's a style of speaking. It's a way of thinking. And so when I began to do card readings, I was describing for somebody the ability to deliver really difficult information in a very tender way so that they would be comforted by something rather than it rewounding them. It's like having the ability to put cloth on a burn victim and have it feel good. So now my manner of speaking with clients has become honed in that way, where I can choose words and an emotional, atmosphere where that's tender and so forth. And I think more in terms of that unconditional energy of the Seven of Hearts, how to approach everybody with not just forgiveness, but an understanding of the flaws of human nature, a kind of acceptance, a compassion. It's an unconditional divine love. It's actually Rumi's card. So then what's really exciting is that as you continue to progress backwards, you begin to see that, okay, you kind of see how much progress you're making, how much you're actually moving forward with your essential self, rather than trying to undo all the shit from past lives and conditioning. You're moving forward into who you really are and who you're meant to be. So then my Venus card becomes the Ace of Spades, because I'm going to the right and up. And I'm sorry, this is reversed. So the Ace of Spades, which represents esoteric mysteries, that which is behind the veil, and the card system is Venus. I just love it. So probably from the time I stepped into doing this because I love it, that's when I began to really embody that. And that happened at about age 45. And then the Three of Diamonds is Mars, and that's a very unconventional way of being with money. And that is definitely how I am. It's kind of a mystery card. I'm not going to go into it because I just don't really know that much about it. But it's also neutrality in the face of conflict. So now that's how I handle conflict well, I have a ways to go in that, but being able to lay all our cards on the table and accept different value systems. And that's something that I'm actually working on now is, even if we disagree, you hold that because of your value system. And I can really appreciate that about you. Okay, so the Jupiter card is the Five of Clubs. So the area of expanding and blessing is curiosity and research. Is that true of me? Yeah, that's become really, really true of me. Learning new things. And probably that freedom of heart will continue to expand. What is Saturn? Okay, so going in reverse, Saturn is not necessarily like karma or something that's going to get under your skin. It becomes more of a blessing when you figure it out. It's also destiny and purpose. So for me, that's the Ten of Spades, which is to be successful. And it's also the composite card for my relationship. So yes, it's my classroom, but it's also this place to really expand into an understanding of what success really is. Let's see, Uranus becomes, God, my guides are saying a freebie. It's like your genius, your genie, and that's the Ace of Clubs, and that's self-knowledge. And it's kind of an esoteric big S, the big self. And Neptune is the Three of Hearts. Is that right? Saturn, Uranus, Neptune is the Three of Hearts. Don't know what that is yet, but then Pluto becomes the King of Spades, which is whoa. I think that is understanding my galactic self, embodying that and understanding the mission and the purpose that I came here embodied with. And it's really identifying. That's my new death and rebirth. It's not just death of the ego program, it's death of my 3D identity and stepping into a much more expanded understanding of who I am. So I think I'm enlightening us as we go about what your hand in reverse can tell you about how you're unfolding into your essential self. God, this is such valuable information, and I don't have a single viewer. Is that just the way it is with these things? Maybe we have to wait 2,000 years for people to really get it. Hello, everyone in the future. I hope you enjoyed this. Okay, pray for us. It's a tough time. Okay, that's it for now. Oh, so my information is probably underneath. I haven't done anything from this channel for a long time, but my website is itiskismet.com, itiskismet.com. Forget about my Facebook page. I can't access it anymore. So I guess you can leave a comment. I do still get Messenger, so you can find me through Messenger. My Facebook page is Paula Kruger. It's also Kismet Cards, although I get to those particular messages a little less frequently. So anyway, if you go to the website, you can actually get my number and then text me if you want a reading. Okay, bye.